Good morning, Mr. or Madam Chairman, distinguished guests. My name is Jovan, and I am the first speaker of the affirmative team. The topic of our debate is this House would criminalize individuals and organizations who do not recycle. We, the affirmative team, define the topic as individuals as a person from a group or class or family or other organization. It is an individual itself. Organization is an organized group of individuals, a group of people, a group with a particular purpose in business, society, and association, etc. Recycle is changing or convert a trash or waste into something useful or usable material. Or it could be also said that recycle is returning the material into the previous state, which is still a useful thing. Now, criminalized is turning an activity into a criminal action, making an activity is illegal. That means we, the affirmative team, define the topic as individuals or a group of individuals who do not do the recycle will be punished because since not doing it is illegal, and we, the affirmative team, believe that this statement is true. And to my first point is if not gonna do recycle, it'll fill up our space. Humans keep on making trashes every day. It'll be more than 2, more than 10. Trash that is thrown into garbage instead of recycling it will end up in landfills and it will keep on piling up, and eventually it will take up some space that will be full of waste. And to my second point is chemicals will leach into soils and groundwaters. While humans make trashes every day more than 2, more than 3, trashes like plastics have chemicals in it. And it will leach the chemicals while they decompose in the soil and groundwater, which will risk the health of animals, plants, and humans or other living beings around the environment. Trashes like that will chemicals in soils, chemicals in groundwater could risk the life of the plants, the animals, and human beings, and it will be dangerous and could make another sickness or another pandemic in there. And the third is greenhouse gases that could lead into global warming. Plastic items also release some greenhouse gases. Other than chemicals that will leach into soils and groundwaters, it could also release some greenhouse gases. And from these gases, it could also lead into global warming because these gases will be trapped in the atmosphere and will make our planet to have a global warming. But by recycling it, it could be prevented. My fourth point is natural habitats will be destroyed. While most humans can only throw garbages and waste away, and they could also try to recycle but failed, it will only lead into destruction of natural habitats, like chemicals in soils and groundwaters. It could also destroy the natural habitats for animals or maybe human beings, and global warming that could lead the melt of North or Southern Pole. And my fifth point is recycling is easy and it could also save the environment. Waste such as metals, papers, and plastics, when recycled, could be something useful for us, like pen holder or flower pot. It depends on human creativity. But besides that, it could also save the natural resources when there are no more toxins in the soil, no more toxins in the groundwater, no more pollution, no more greenhouse gases that could lead into global warming. And my sixth point is that it could prevent human beings to not do recycling. By making this rule, it will make humans to do their effort for recycling. and it will be less waste in the landfills and less greenhouse gases, less toxins, and could only lead into the safety of the environment. And my seventh point is that it could prevent pollution. While people keeps on making trash and throw it everywhere where they think the trash is suitable to be placed on, it could keeps on leading into pollution. Like if people keep on throwing trash into the ground, it will make a pollution to the ground itself, which plants can be living in there. Or maybe the trash could be thrown into some kind of river, which will lead into the water pollution there, which plants, animals, or maybe humans can't consume it. But by recycling it, it can be reduced. The trash amount can be reduced and will save the environment and could also prevent the pollution there, like water pollution or maybe ground pollution. It could also prevent natural disaster. While trash keeps on piling up, flooding the place, it could also lead into natural disaster. When there are a huge rain, it could lead into flood, but by recycling it, it could reduce the amount of trashes and it will prevent the natural disaster like flood and etc. And my last point is recycling could also be a job. By making creative things, people use trashes making creative things and could take someone's intention to buy it. It could also be a job by selling it and earn some money too by selling it. And there is also some actions needed. The first is make the rule clear and make sure every people in the state know about the rule, and the rule can be informed in televisions, newspapers, social media, etc. And make sure that every people in the state know and listen to about the rule. And the second action is give an example to people how to recycle. Give ideas about what should they do, what should they make, and share some creativities, share some ideas. Make an app where there is a bunch of like plastics can do this or metals can do that. And the third action is that make recycled things could be shared even in business or even in daily life, where you could share your creativity, things that you have made. And in conclusion, we should really make the rule where we criminalize the individuals or organization who do not recycle, because it will lead into the safety of the environment and less pollution. Thank you. That is all from me.